everyone to the third quarterfinals match. In this match is going to be between two players, National Master Michael Romero from Moravian University versus Dave Murcia from who attends Carnegie Mellon University. And we're still setting up some parts of the stream, so you won't see the commentators' faces yet, but we'll get there eventually. And with me on call right now is National Master Matthew O'Brien. Matt, how you doing? And what do you think about this first game? How is it shaping up?
Well, white has more space, but black has comfortable development. To me, it looks like it's a fairly balanced position. I do prefer white a little bit because of the space, but I think black's position is very easy to play, so practically I would say it's just balanced. Yeah, Michael I know very well. Dev, I do not. But it looks like the ratings are reasonably close, and I think it will be a very good match.
Yes. This is definitely one of the matches that I was really excited to witness he because Dave's rating and Michael's rating, their peak 90-day rating was only two points apart, and
Wow.
so Dave was actually the number 4 seed, and the top 4 seeds get a bye for the first round of this event, and Michael Romero was a 5th seed, so it actually mattered a lot.
Okay.
so
Mhm.
so it's interesting, and yeah, I would say I do love space, but I can also lose a lot of games because with great space comes great responsibility, as a master once told me, and so it can be tough.
Yeah. Regarding the current position, I like that black has not castled yet, which usually you want to castle as soon as possible, but white has so much more space on the king side that, in fact, delaying castling and just continuing their queenside play, I think is a really good idea here.
Yeah.
So mindful play by Dev, and I guess Michael is deciding whether he wants to save the bishop by going maybe bishop c1, or if he just wants to develop his rook by playing maybe rook c1. Or maybe improve his knight, maybe playing knight c1, knight d3, knight c5. Oh, he actually goes a4, which is not a move I consider.
All
I'm
right, and the stream still can't see us yet, but National Master Peter Minear just joined, and
Hello.
let me send you the current game, Pete, to see if you can see it if you don't have the games up already.
Yeah, I'm watching the game now. I can see
Oh,
I'm
perfect.
following it.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a follow command on chess.com. If you /follow Mike 24147, you'll be able to follow all the games in the match, and it should
I went
automatically.
to his profile and clicked on the green button that says watch, but how do I?
Oh, maybe that works too.
Oh, I always do that too. I actually did not know about the
Okay.
follow command. That is actually
Yeah,
sounds really useful.
Where do you where do you see the follow command?
there is something when you enter live chess. On the new game screen, there's a console on the bottom right beneath the board. Right to the board, there's like a little chat box sort of thing, and if you click on it, it pops up a console, and then you can look up the commands with the help query. That's how you find out the commands. There are other ones too that I don't really know of. I think it just gives you the basic ones. There are shortcuts as well that you can use on chess.com that I'm not really so aware of.
I see it says the move listing, and then below that there's like the forward and backward buttons, and then at the bottom it says observing game, Mike versus Dev. That's all I see.
Okay, I don't
Well,
know.
I think it's working right now, so that's what
I'm
matters.
stupid with technology. Well, this is game 1, right? So
Yep.
we'll see if I automatically am watching game 2.
Yeah, I think actually Dev might have a slightly better position here because of the weakness of the d4 pawn and the weakness of the b3 pawn, if I'm not mistaken. That being said, how to improve the position?
Yeah, I guess that is true.
Maybe f6 is on the table. Well, not immediately. Okay, rook g1 is actually a very nice move. Yeah, I think everything is sufficiently defended, I guess. Maybe f6 anyway. Actually, this is maybe I underestimated white's position a bit. Because g5 might be coming. Okay, g5, no, not f5.
So if he goes king h8 or king h7 and answers g5 with knight to f5.
Yeah, knight f5 will always be annoying, right? So yeah, knight e7 was a very good move. Could be just a balanced position. Yeah, it's not easy to make a decision what to do here with white. Maybe they should go. Okay, so he
Black
improved the
can go
rook.
f6, like in the style of the French defense.
Okay, so they're just repeating
Oh,
the
this
position.
moving back.
Interesting first. It's not a bad decision. I was curious about f4 f5 as an option too.
Wow,
But
I
okay.
yeah, seeing him draw this early is a little bit
Uh,
surprising for me. It never happened before. Like a peaceful, like a very usually it's a very chaotic first. If it is a draw in the first game, it's very chaotic. That was very peaceful. So both
Yeah,
players had 2 minutes on the clock.
I thought that was a fair choice. It wasn't clear how either side could improve that position. Maybe it was the correct choice too. Okay, in this game, this line's very interesting. This
Bishop
is
f4 on move 5.
yeah, this is actually theory. I know that Michael actually faced this in the amateur team tournament one year, and I've actually played this against Michael.
Whoa.
Oh, was there a blunder with b3? I don't think your b3 is generally a move, and maybe this is why. But b8 is hanging as well.
Bishop d6, trade on d6, queen a1, queen b8, queen b1. Black wins the piece.
Correct, because that's a check. Very good. Yeah, it looks like white. I think white is just lost. So yeah, I guess this is why you don't play b3 in that position. I think they start with queen c2, and I don't remember, but I recall there were some games that were Richard Rapport in this line. I may have prepared to play this myself a few times, as I kind of mentioned. Yeah, so that was a very cute double attack there with queen f6. So yeah, he should just take on d6 and take on a1, and I think it will be. I should just win the game.
If I can see it, I'm sure Michael can see it.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what Michael is thinking about. I mean, you have plenty of time here, so why not double check to see if there's no intermediate moves? Queen c6 or just bishop d7. Yeah, being able to take with check is pretty important on b1. Otherwise, c8 would have fallen. And yeah, here we'll have
take on a2 and go back to a6, I guess.
That's one way to do it. Knight e7 is probably good enough too, although why let him take on a7, I suppose.
We could take on a2 first and then develop with knight to e7, I guess.
So it's actually kind of an interesting decision whether you want to resign or if you want to play on. And in such situations, I guess you can always resign later. And white, like if white takes on a7 here, right? Like he does have a pass pawn.
Okay, Michael didn't take on a2. Okay.
So yeah, white just resigned. Their position was pretty ugly. All right, so we have a new game, the Caro-Kann again.
Okay.
Hey, Troy, they played this a previous game. This h6 line is a little bit dubious, but I'm guessing black knows it pretty well. This was a very direct approach that Michael took.
h4, g4.
Yeah, white has a lot of ways of playing against this. That being said, queen g3 check is going to muddy things up a little bit. Whether white should just ignore it with bishop d3. Oh, that probably, yeah, on queen g3, king f1. Looks to me very reasonable. I'm not even sure if black should answer. Black should play the check or not, because
just get track. Can black just go like knight d7 and e5 or something like
knight
that?
d7 and e5. This probably is a lot more principled. Yeah. Yeah, the check doesn't actually achieve anything, I think, especially since once the king is on f1, rook h3 would kick out the queen anyway.
Black trade on d3 first so that rook doesn't become imprisoned on h7.
That's correct. So I wonder. Oh, so he does actually go for it. That surprises me a bit.
So now rook h3 or whatever will gain some time.
Right. Later, if necessary, it can gain some time.
He's thinking, so he must be out of prep.
Also, yeah, if you take on d3 now, there might also be knight e2 and
Sure.
bishop f4
I was
ideas.
to
With
say,
both.
as a better way to do it than rook h3, to play bishop takes h7, queen g3, and knight e2.
Yeah, that looks very good. So, yeah, also, I like e5 as a practical choice.
Actually, now does rook h3 just wins the queen because he cut
Oh
off
my
the queen's
gosh.
retreat with e5.
Yeah, he took away his own retreat square. That's a little bit unfortunate.
Oh.
I actually missed that myself. Yep. Oops. Yeah, there goes the queen. So not ideal. So yeah, I think you want to go for e5, as Peter said, but you don't want to get your queen trapped, obviously. So he should have probably went for it instead of flanking.
Michael takes with the pawn to prevent black counterattack with e4 hitting white's queen.
Oh yeah, good point.
Super precise.
Very precise.
Giga precise, as somebody I know would say.
So we have the time off the Sicilian, which Michael has played quite a bit. He's played some other openings too, but time off Sicilian's been his primary opening with black for quite a long time.
I bet throughout the course of the match we'll see the whole repertoire.
Maybe.
For
I don't know.
sides.
Well, so far they've played the same openings, I believe.
I guess the pressure to vary the openings falls on the guy who's losing.
Right. Dev has actually changed his opening choice. He did not go for the bishop f4 line, which he did in the previous game. And yeah, he chooses a very solid setup with bishop e3 and bishop d3, which I've always thought was quite underrated. It's a good line for white. Castle
kingside. Okay, that's this isn't normal because what white?
Oh, h5. Very, very ambitious. I kind of like it.
Maybe bishop f4. I don't know Dev at all or what he plays, but maybe that's his cheapo line, and Michael didn't fall for the cheapo, so now he's going to abandon it.
Yeah, I don't know what his idea was there, because clearly blundering a piece early was not it. That's what happened the last game. But yeah, here positionally, so Michael chooses to go d5 here, which gains a lot of space in the center, but it does allow white to open up his bishop on d3. I wonder if h5, h3, that probably benefited white a little bit. He was kind of playing for a cheap post. He might regret that h5 move later, especially since now black ever castles.
There's some positions where black should play h5. I know you played this too. Is it after white's played g3 then h5?
Yeah,
is it not good here?
That is possible. Yeah, I do like going h5 when it's reasonable, but here I'm not so sure. But yeah, I guess we'll see. I think white actually has a threat here, right? They can take on f6 and take on d5.
d5, true. Or I guess black could play g takes f6, but that also feels dangerous.
Yeah, it feels a little bit dangerous, but it seems like
black could go king f8 or something and rook g8 if bishop f6, g f6.
Right. Yeah, I think that the dark squares should be safe enough in the short term for black, but it's not an ideal position for sure. I think black would definitely be on the defensive there. We'll see. I do, for the first time this match, I think I really do like Dev's position. So this will be a good chance for him to strike back.
We're not expecting Michael to win this match like 20-0, are we?
No, definitely not. But at the same time, like, this is Dave's first time playing this format, so we really don't know what to expect. And like for example, like I wouldn't expect like Michael to get like tilted if he lost a few early games, but I don't know how Dave is, how his psychology is, and so
it's Dave. Okay, I apologize, Dave. I was mispronouncing your name.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Dave. When I last saw him, I believe they said that's how you pronounce it, but we can definitely ask him in the post-match interview to make sure we're pronouncing his name right.
All right.
Now, if I'm correct, Nate, Dave is actually seated higher than Michael in the tournament, and he got the first round bye, which Michael did not.
Yes, he was seated higher because he was 2 points higher rated in the 90-day peak for Blitz.
Okay.
So it wasn't by much.
Yeah, I remember hearing somebody say, maybe it was you, or said that Dave's USCF rating is not that high, but he's one of these people in the young generation who improved a lot just by playing a lot on the internet.
Yeah.
Even if he doesn't necessarily studied or read books or whatever as much as Michael has to reach his lofty status of national master and state champion.
Yeah,
So
yeah. I actually don't know off the top of my head, but I believe, yeah, I think he started the school year as like an 800 or 900 USCF. But now
okay,
with like with after 3 tournaments, he's like 1500 or something like
Wow,
that.
that's a
So
huge improvement.
okay.
He's
So he got
probably still
closer.
very underrated.
Yeah, he's probably still going to keep going up. Was he at the state championship last weekend?
no, no, no. Yeah, CMU wasn't. None of the CMU players were at the state championship.
Okay,
Oh,
so
I see. Okay, White can get out of it with Bishop D2.
Bishop D2. I think Queen D2 as well is also Queen D2 runs into Bishop B4
I was going to say,
possibly.
well, then Bishop D6, and Black is getting some pressure there, maybe. Although I guess if Queen D2, Bishop D6, then F4, then the Queen D4 check. There's a fine line between Black trying to checkmate White and Black getting his
I
queen
think Bishop
trapped.
D2 is a very simple choice, and F4 will always be upwards, also taking on D5. I think Black has nothing better than to retreat the queen, maybe back to C7, and figure out what.
Then
Ask White
are we
doing
going to see them repeat moves again, like in game one?
Well, I mean, White has to play this on.
White has to win at some point to catch up in the match. So might as
This
well
position is too
try to win
good.
this game.
Black's king will never be very safe. I think Black would be very happy to make a draw here. And knight a4 is a very good move, I think.
Ooh, what White could be getting ready to go c4 and rook c1 against knight a4 is
Right.
typical in the Taimanov to unblock the c pawn.
That's correct. So it is.
So how is Black's light square bishop going to get into the game? Is the question.
That is a good question. It's very difficult to, yeah, so e5, I feel that's a really good choice. You answered your question.
The immediate c4, I guess, or take on d5. If we take on d5, then Black goes e4. It's a mess with Black having pawns all over the center, but his king in the center as well.
Yeah.
Tricky to evaluate that.
Yeah, if I was White, I would probably take on d5 and then go c4. Like, you kind of want to open things up in the center while the king is still there. So I would think that more open lines are better, but
okay, makes sense.
We'll see how Dave approaches this, whether he goes c4 immediately or if he does something else. I mean, usually if you... Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, trading on d5 opens up lines to the king. It also might improve Black's bad bishop that I just mentioned.
That's true.
No, I wasn't sure. Okay,
oh, so he takes on e4 now. Yeah, maybe
it's going to get the bishop pair. Okay, maybe that was another reason to favor trading on d5 first.
Right. Yeah, I would have definitely preferred to take on d5 first.
Now can Black might go c5 to. Okay, I thought he might go c5 and put the bishop on the long diagonal.
I think bishop f5. He wants to cover. Well, at some point you want to deal with your h pawn as well. So I mean, having the bishop protecting the
bishop g6, interesting. So it looks like is Michael trying to castle still?
Right. And I think if he gets castled, I mean, Black has greatly improved his position and now is completely fine. And what is White's?
Guess he's got to try hitting c3.
Okay, so he's inducing f6 or bishop f6.
Can't go. Okay, can't go bishop d6 to c5.
Right.
I guess Black pawn f6 on bishop f6. Then the two bishops on bishop f6 and bishop g6 look a little bit clumsy. Or the one on f6 doesn't.
The knight on a4 is also not amazing.
If bishop f6, then the knight can come to c5.
Right. So yeah, I thought f6 was
f6 feels best.
I think now Black can finally castle. The rooks will probably go on the d file. Okay. I do wonder how the knight on a4 is going to get back into the game. Maybe knight b2, knight d3.
Queen e3.
Okay, so he's looking to trade off rooks.
Dev wants to trade, or Dave, I apologize again. Yeah. Michael's getting ready to go queen d8 to take away the d file.
I do feel like any endgame will be
The
pretty
more
okay.
pieces.
That's a really good move, c5. I like
Yeah,
that. I think I like it at
Queen
least.
A6, Queen C4. Notice that Dave has up by a minute on time.
Yeah, he has a big time edge here, and yeah, Michael's playing a little bit too slowly. He needs to
D8. Yeah,
speed
if
up.
the more trades, it would think that that favors Black's bishop pair.
Yeah,
Even
I
like
think so. The
bishop to
bishop.
bishop B1, bishop C2 might just win immediately if the queens come off.
Well, I'm not sure if it'll win immediately, right? Because he has A3 and B4.
Well, bishop C2, not bishop A2. I'm saying
Okay.
the knight
Oh
is
yes,
hanging on
bishop
A4.
C2. You're correct. Actually, that would threaten to win immediately, so that's probably why now. You can just go
Queen
queen
D3.
D3. Yeah,
There's an increment, I guess.
feels like a very strong move. Oh, but this probably,
So,
yeah.
I
This
see a
king.
clear path also for Black's king to get straight to D5.
Mm-hmm. Also, bishop to B5 is at least a
Oh,
simple way
okay.
of
So
doing it.
by,
Yeah.
by vacating the C3 square, Dave was going to answer bishop B1 with knight C3.
Well, I guess that was a clever idea. But yeah, this endgame should also be very, very, very good for
I guess, yeah, Michael could just trade on A4 and then
you run the king to D5.
White's extra pawn is not really an extra pawn.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The issue is not only is he losing one pawn, he's probably going to lose the second
Well,
on A5.
Game over now.
Yeah.
Sorry, Dave.
So yeah, I can just go F5 now, and A5 falls, and Michael is going to win another game.
Yeah, even though it was a loss for Dave, I think he should feel better about that loss than his first two, right? So at least,
Yeah,
you know,
Fair
definitely.
enough.
He was playing for a win for most of that game, and
Confidence is growing.
unfortunately, he didn't. Probably if you open up the C file, it would have worked out well for him. They have this opening again here. Hopefully,
Okay,
Dave doesn't go for
I
D3.
wonder if Dave looked at the prior game and concluded that Queen G3 was a mistake. I guess he did conclude that.
E5. E5 is very reasonable. It's a little bit strange. Like normally people would take on D3 first because they're taking on H7. I would assume that would favor white a bit.
Yeah. Trade on E5, knight E2, followed by bishop F4.
Right. That's one of the reasons why I think
D3 first. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe knight D7 followed by E5 might be a way to, so if they do take on E5, you can have the option of taking with a piece too. But yeah, E5 immediately is sort of thematic from what I remember. I used to have some training games with this line with a former student. A few students have, like, this H4 line for white is very popular. So I have some experience in these positions. Okay, knight F6.
Black usually replies H5, not H6.
Right.
I'm assuming Michael looked at Dave's games and knew what Dave was likely to play.
H6 definitely has some tricks. If white overextends the king side, sometimes it'll backfire later. But yeah, this is a reasonable position for both sides here. Maybe bishop F4 runs into queen B2, so we have to be a bit careful. Okay. Maybe knight C3, then bishop F4.
Yeah, knight C3 first.
Mm-hmm. I think Black got a good. Dave has a very nice position here. In fact, he probably is even slightly better. I'm not exactly sure what Michael did wrong. So well done to Dave.
Is the whole line with G4 and F3 after H4? Is that supposed to be theoretically good for white? Or is
I think
white
teetering
on overextending himself?
But there are many ways you can play the position that are simpler. Like you don't need to go for the E6 lines with E6, and if you're going to play with G4 and F3, following with E6 is the whole point. But yeah, white has plenty of other ways to play that can get a safer...
Bishop F4 can't do that now because queen takes F4.
Correct. Yeah, bishop F4 is no longer possible.
Bishop to D2 perhaps and castle queenside.
Yeah, I think you have to watch out for your queen, right? Like there's like knight C5. Maybe you do have a square on Okay, so your
how about h5? So the queen can go to g6. Okay, castle kingside. Okay, that's I wouldn't have predicted that move.
bishop d6, you can mate with bishop to f4. So for the moment, maybe this is okay for white because the bishop, sorry, not the bishop, the rook on h7 doesn't have an easy way of getting into the game. Meanwhile, white can maybe gradually improve his position. I was thinking actually maybe g5 for black. So if whatever takes, the rook would enter the game, and
If g5, white may be happy to answer that with h5 to both keep the king side closed and maybe then secure the f5 square for his knight eventually.
yeah, that's also true. Otherwise, what do you do with black? Okay, he's looking for trades. I don't like that decision. The bishop on c1 was not participating.
Yeah, I agree. Helping white develop himself.
Yeah, white would be delighted to get to an endgame here. So I guess he's just considering, okay, do I take with the queen first or with the bishop? I don't think it makes a difference either way, but he has time to work this out. And the rook is still out of play on h7, even in the endgame. So you'll just go like king f2 and knight d4. Maybe knight f5 next. Okay, so he starts with knight d4. Seems reasonable.
Black has to go rook h8 and rook to e8.
Right. That runs into knight f5. For the moment, knight f5 is going to threaten to win material because like knight d6 and knight b7. Yeah, rook h8 here might still be best.
Yeah. True.
If white ever takes on b7, maybe black will have rook b8 and be able to recapture on b2. So it's not so simple. Okay, so he actually goes rook e6. And now how to improve? I think black is sort of getting out of this.
I'm guessing Michael won't go for a repetition draw with knight d4, rook e3, knight f5. Michael will try to win this.
Yeah, he's still a little bit down on time, so he does go king f2 now. Maybe he should have done that before.
Oh, well.
Yeah, black is now coordinated. They have a good pawn center, and yeah, I think they're doing just fine.
Okay, if all the rooks get traded, then black is fine. So white would have probably objectively nothing better than to draw.
So after the trade of rooks, how do you deal with knight to d6? I'm not quite sure. I think there's still some small problems to solve.
d6, knight c5. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe b6. I think that was what I was first thinking. Yeah, knight c5. Maybe there's b4. I'm not sure. I still like white just a little bit here, just because the f5 knight is such a good piece.
That's true.
Okay, knight e5. So king e2, and then what? Maybe knight c4, then b3. Okay, so he starts with king f2.
Who is Michael heading towards the king side?
Does have a 3 versus 2 there, and arguably that could be faster than black's 4 versus 3. I'm not sure.
All right, so Dave needs to go b6, c5, and d4.
Ooh, I don't know. This is a very concrete way of playing it. b3, knight a3. I was wondering about this.
If the c2 pawn falls, though, then black's c and d pawns could get dangerous.
Yeah, it could.
And white's knight on b could be stuck out of the center.
Yeah, maybe instead of b3, knight to d1, and then you have the option of moving your c pawn. Now, white has to go for this line. But yeah, after you take on c2, there's going to be, sorry, on b7, c2, there's going to be knight a5 at the end. Maybe that's what Michael's counting on. But I think black can defend with king d6. So
I wonder how deep Michael actually had the time to calculate this line.
Probably didn't really
time and just using his intuition like people do in Blitz.
Yeah, I don't think maybe his intuition failed him out here because black has the most dangerous pawn on the board, potentially the d pawn, because it's passed and
king e3, and then if black's king advances, check him.
Yeah, so for the moment, yeah, black to me seems like they're better, but yeah, maybe knight d4 is coming.
I wasn't sure how come instead of knight b4, how come Dave didn't go pawn to d4? Like that seems the most natural move to me.
That may be coming now. That's not coming now.
Oh, he didn't go for it. Yeah, I thought maybe then he would go for it because he had the king cut off because there's no king e1 and stuff with the knight on e2. Yeah, I
Ooh,
didn't like
black
knight
king
to
moving
d4.
forward. That's not a good sign. Does knight f5? That almost wins a pawn by force.
Yeah, Black's play was much too reactive. He could have, as Nathan said, he probably should have gone d4, and I think he should have done it actually once he had the knight secured on c2. However, no, white's knights are looking quite good, and the pawn isn't moving anywhere.
Michael could go knight e6 and take g7, or maybe he might be better off centralizing the king e3 first to.
Yeah, king e3 looks like a generally
deal with
good improving move.
d-pawn.
I'm not sure where the king is going from e3. Maybe the d4, e5. That's the one piece that isn't really participating yet. So I'm actually kind of expecting that. Okay, so he's just looking to win the pawn. That's reasonable. I do wonder if Black is able to achieve a little bit of counterplay with c5 and d4 after, though. Might be too slow, though. White's kingside pawns will probably come very quickly. Okay, so starts with check.
Black is looking to go knight c1. Oh, then
Probably. I don't know if that pawn will be relevant. He will have two passed pawns. But White's passed pawns.
So knight a2, b5.
Oh, you think he's going to go b4 here? I mean, he might just be able to take on g7 and go back to f5.
He goes back. Oh, so he's trying to possibly trap Black's knight.
Oh, but I don't think that works. He may
not
just
going to
go
get
a5.
out, but at least it'll decentralize the knight on c1 and a2 for long enough that allow Michael to go king d4, king e5, or whatever, and eventually Black's king side will fall.
Okay.
Oh wait, is knight to d3? Okay, knight a2, knight d3.
Whoa, king b6. Okay. Maybe they're coming pretty quickly. Oh, maybe that was his idea, knight d3. Maybe there was a5 there. I'm not sure. I thought taking on g7 directly many moves ago was...
They're satisfied with the draw? Or is he make two moves to gain 1 second? 1 second?
Well, yeah, maybe now you can go... Well, if you go b4...
b4, a5?
Yeah, a5 is
a
good...
Okay, Black can't do... Okay, wow.
And knight d3 maybe is his plan? Or is it going to go knight d7 again? Many moves ago, I think taking on g7 and just going g5 and...
Now Black might win the a pawn.
Yeah, now...
I'm just getting sharp.
Now Black's pawns are running. Yeah, White should have taken the g pawn many moves ago and trade off the knight and then push the g and h pawns, and I think it would have been game over. But now this is a complete mess. c4, and yeah, I think Michael's in trouble here.
I think so.
That being said, I'm not sure. Black has to find some moves. Does he go knight d6? Does he go king b4? Does he go c3? So he's trying to go directly, but how are the pawns going to push? Oh, so he's looking to sack the knight. Wow. Okay, that was kind of a weird way to do it.
Black still has the d pawn. If Michael could have gotten both of them, actually, he's going to get the d pawn now. Okay, so there's drawing chances.
They're both very low on time.
Oh, but he give the h pawn up. That wasn't ideal.
Yeah.
But Black must be winning now.
Yeah, maybe there are some tricks with sacking the... Oh, this is winning for sure.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so Dave is on the board.
So Dave is on the board.
Ooh,
yep.
Wow. I was I was really expecting Michael to win there. So man.
Yeah, I was expecting that too. Well, I was in the beginning of the end game. I thought it was pretty balanced, and
right. So we have a competitive match now.
That was very back and forth end game.
Okay,
so we have a match 2.5 to 1.5. We have the time on Sicilian again.
And there's 10 minutes left of the first time control, so this should be the second to last game.
Okay.
Okay. So this is a very safe line that White is choosing. I think it's actually one of the more critical lines because Black's best setup is to play for a hedgehog Shevchenko type position, which isn't everybody's cup of tea. And yeah, White has a huge amount of choice here, and Black kind of has to react. Okay, knight takes c6 is generally not what they do. You take back with a pawn, and then I like playing it when I have black in these positions with e5 and bishop to e6, bishop e7, and I guess Michael agrees with my assessment. So they play f4. F3 is very strange. I
F3,
usually
was that
think
a
of
mouse? Is that a
f4.
mouse slip?
I wonder. I don't know, but it makes d5 stronger if, well, he played b3 after, so maybe not. Maybe he's going for, okay, yeah. d5 is how you would punish such slow play. Maybe white, if white takes on d5, the knight is loose.
This
This
feels like
knight-
a better version for black of what they had 2 games ago.
Yeah, I agree for sure. There's no pawn on h5, and c4 you can meet with d4.
Oh, wow.
He goes d4 first. That's interesting.
So now black's knight's going to come to d5 and e3 or something.
He could have done that, yeah. Instead, he goes bishop e7.
Well, knight d5 looks good, isn't it?
Yeah, knight d5 looks fantastic.
I guess white can do bishop e4. Actually, maybe the in-between move. Bishop takes e7, then knight e3.
That's pretty fancy. I'm not sure afterwards if you want to be able to take on f1 if the knight. No,
or maybe not so much to take on f1, but just to prevent white from going bishop e4 to trade the knight.
Yeah, that's an interesting point. I wondered if, yeah, if white had counter chances with like bishop e4, but okay, so bishop d2 that makes a lot of sense.
Black just will play normal moves.
Yeah, black just has a good position here, and they have to be slightly better.
I guess white still needs to try to go c4 or c3 to.
It's very difficult to see how they're going to achieve that. But
black's maybe going to go f5 now, and kingside stuff.
Possibly. The issue is if we go f5, is e5 ever going to be loose, or are you ever going to be able to push?
H6. Oh, Michael wants to probably go bishop g5. He still has his eyes on the e3 square.
Right. Yeah, rook e1, queen e2. This was a very nice plan, either inducing f6, bishop f6, or bishop d6. Maybe queen e4 is coming next. Just threatening the very subtle mate in 1. Quite expecting that move. Why not threaten mate in 1 here? Actually, how do you deal with that?
Yeah, g6, bishop h6. Yeah.
Right. I think Michael maybe
move his rook and then run the king out.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that would have maybe been best, but yeah, now Dave has won a pawn. That's why it's good to know your mating patterns in chess. You sometimes can win the game or win material, as Dave has done here. Okay, so now that Dave has won a pawn, what next? Still not really easy to see how to change the pawn structure.
Rook a d8 with idea of bishop f5, something, I guess.
Right, yeah, bishop f5, and maybe e4 and d3 is probably going to be coming soon. So I'm expecting white to play rook to d1. Yeah, bishop f5 looks pretty strong to me.
Michael has to do something in the center.
Right. Yeah, bishop f5 followed by...
On bishop f5, queen e2, though, then what does Michael do next?
We're going to go e4. E4 and d3.
Okay, e4. Okay, it makes...
You might even win an exchange.
Oh, Jeffrey says hi in the chat. Hey, Jeffrey.
Hello, Jeffrey.
Jeffrey Connell. Hi, Jeffrey.
Yep.
we can't see the chat, can we? Or can we?
There's no easy way to do it other than watching the stream or trying to think of any other ways.
Oh, if I watch the stream while I'm doing the stream, I would hear an echo of myself. That would be good.
Yeah. Some people can mute the stream, but yeah, if there's anything super important, I'll make sure to tell you guys.
Taking on c2 here might be possible. It runs into rook c1, but then you have d3, and if he takes, it can take back, and both queens are being hit. It's kind of a funny.
Oh, wow, that's a more complicated line.
Yeah, that's a complicated line.
Maybe Michael's calculating that right now.
Right. I think e4 just looks simple and pretty good, though, because no matter which way you take back on e4, you're going to have d3 next.
Okay. It's true. momentum might be turning in Michael's favor.
A little bit. I mean, he's still down a pawn.
A physics professor would not like the way I just used the word momentum there.
Yeah, so I would probably just take back with the bishop, because then we're hitting c2 afterwards, and
that makes sense. So black can now try to consider something like rook e5, rook h5, or something like that.
Oh, that's definitely consideration, or king g7, rook h8 is another way of doing it. But you don't want to be hanging the
threatening to win a piece.
It takes on d5 and takes on f6 is the big threat here.
Well, king g7 would deal with the threat to f6, and like you said, it would also prepare rook h8.
That's true. King g7, there might be takes on d5 and bishop h6. And then if you take on h6, there might be queen f6. Maybe we'll see it.
Okay.
But he has, after takes, if he takes on d5, he'll take with a rook. Okay. But yeah, maybe he can still go for that. I'm not sure if he should, though. Maybe just wants to... She's in a difficult position here, because you have to worry about, okay, when does he take on c2? Actually, takes on c2 might not be a threat. Okay, so he's really targeting f6. Makes sense.
Do we want to protect it with one of the rooks down, or do we want to move the bishop? Maybe, okay, what about bishop e5?
Yeah, bishop e5 looks quite strong. I quite like that move, because f7 is covered, and we're also threatening bishop h2 sometimes. Oh, so he just goes for mate. Okay.
Ooh, okay. Actually, how does white do? Because h3, rook h3.
Right, and that'll be mate anyway. I think this could just be over.
And g3 is illegal.
Yeah, g3 is illegal. That kind of came a little bit out of nowhere. Maybe he had to go for those lines with bishop d5, bishop h6 a few moves back. Yeah, checkmate wins the game, so
it does.
See,
last night checkmate.
Okay, so that's probably the best chance. And honestly, I probably should have seen this move coming, because it might save the game. I actually don't see how to win.
Does black have any tactic like knight f4, queen f4, rook h2?
Wow.
Idea of rook h8?
By rook h8?
Or if king takes, then bishop e5, pinning.
Yeah, but he has queen takes h2. Maybe then bishop... Well, he starts with
it. Does it that way? Okay, I didn't think it that way.
That's very fancy.
Michael's way is be better.
Well, you need to take it. The question is which way. Or can you take with the king? He's going to take on f4 after.
Yeah, then bishop e5.
Bishop, there's rook h8.
Yeah, I think black
may just work.
We got to ask Michael what he calculated.
That's a very nicely done by Michael.
Because he will remember this exact position after playing like 10 to 15 more games in the match.
Yeah, of course. If you find a move like rook h2, you're generally quite happy.
Oh, he did that. I thought he was going to take on f4.
Yeah, did he just blunder?
I wonder if he misanticipated and he messed up his move order or something.
Yeah, because this is just over. This is lost. Yeah, he has to take on f4 first. He probably just...
I bet that was his original idea, and then he forgot and accidentally messed up the order.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's 30 seconds left of the first time control. So this, unless the game ends super quickly, like this is going to be the last game.
So does Michael want to resign and play another 5-minute game?
Well, it seems like he's probably going to run out of time first.
He's probably just sad.
Yeah, it was a very nice concept, and I think it was very good for black. Yeah, I think Michael, you have to make a move. I think you just take on f4 and play on.
Okay, so I guess there won't be another game at this time control.
Yep.
Right. Bishop f5. Yep.
White's up.
He's done a full rook, which is good for, because he could even sack the rook at some point and still be ahead. Maybe he should do so after like rook f3.
Actually, now there's bishop e3, rook h1. So White's got to give back something, but just like rook A to F1 should be sufficient.
Yeah, I mean, White's up a piece here, and pawns are fine. He can play anything here. Let's just bring the knight back into the game. C4 wasn't strictly necessary, but it's okay. Yeah, White is getting a bit low on time.
I guess
is
Michael's probably playing on as opposed to resigning for time.
Okay, the rooks are up. This should be very easy now. Yep.
Okay, so they're tied. Oh no, Mike's up by 1 game.
All right, so I was muted for the stream there. So the players are taking their 5-minute break. So we will also go on a 5-minute break. I do want to note, though, Pete, your mention of physics. Jeffrey did mention how his physics professor was actually Dr. Dubeck. What was his first name? Leroy Dubeck, if that sounds familiar at all.
Jeffrey had Leroy Dubeck as a professor.
Yeah, physics specifically.
Oh, wow. I knew Dr. Dubeck was a physics professor. I did not know that he was even still working, much less had Jeffrey as a student.
Yeah. So
is Dr. Dubeck watching the stream? Did he hear my comment?
No, that was just Jeffrey. Jeffrey just said that though, so I'm sure maybe he wouldn't like it. I don't know too much about physics.
Like you say, like for example, his momentum carried him out of bounds. You wouldn't say like sportscasters say the momentum shifted from one team to the other team. Like that's not. I don't believe how the term is supposed to be used.
Oh, okay. All right, but we will transition to the waiting screen, so stay tuned for 254 for everyone watching at home. All right, the second segment, second leg of this match has begun, and looks like we're going back to the first game's opening, or I guess technically the second game's opening.
Oh, my follow thingy stopped working. Is that because Michael might have logged out, so I have to re-follow him?
No, I think usually that happens when there's a break in between the
Okay.
matches. Like sometimes the follow doesn't work
Chess,
quite perfectly.
Right.
chess.com does not want the
I think
follow
Dave is
command to apply
winning the
forever until
position.
eternity.
At least it's a very good
Okay.
question.
Ooh, okay. So Dave went and checked out the what went wrong in the prior game, and he's repeating the opening from his first white game in the match.
Yeah, otherwise you just remember 92 is the correct move.
Is this theory? Do you have any clue about this?
Yeah, 92 is theory. I'm pretty sure. At least it's something
I
that I
mean,
checked.
the
Maybe
unusual
even
way
played
of
it before.
minor pieces, is that also still theory?
I know C5 is a standard idea. They're probably both on their own though. They're both taking their
I
time.
would have to think that the unopposed dark square bishop would give black the
Yeah,
upper
black
hand here.
seems better. I thought white was better, but I guess I misjudged.
White's either going to castle long, or he after bishop b4 he can't castle at all. I would think that favors black, but I could be mistaken.
Well,
I guess
bishop b4, maybe he can castle long then, right? So maybe bishop f6 instead, hitting, but then he can cover bishop b3.
Does white want to castle long? That's not dangerous. I was thinking like if bishop b4, rook d1, and then he could castle short.
Actually, that seems reasonable too. Yeah, their king would be safer on the king side, I would assume, in general.
I will say Uncle Yoda 420 says we're doing a great job. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Michael Cook.
Thank you, Michael. Hope you're enjoying watching.
We have a Michael playing, a Michael watching, and another Michael who ignored us to play in the mainline chess and games quads today.
A lot of Michaels in chess, at least in the local chess scene in Eastern Pennsylvania. All right, so King E2, very creative.
Did Michael have a bishop G4 check there, and then on F3, Queen E3?
That looked pretty strong, yeah. I don't think that leads to mate or anything, but
maybe it's just nothing but pretty. Or F3 now looks interesting to cause white a little bit of disharmony.
Very interesting, of course. There's a lot of interesting moves here for black. He just has to kind of choose one. Okay, so he does go with F3. You take with a pawn, you take... But yeah, the king will never be very safe.
Okay, Queen H2, Rook H1. What are white's chances of crashing through to H7? Probably not that high because...
no, it's not very high.
So on Queen H2, Rook H1, Queen F4, then if E5, then Bishop F5, and that shuts down the diagonal.
Yeah, you can also take on E5 with check, too.
Okay, Michael didn't even want H2, so he played F3 essentially to soften up white's king a bit.
I like pawns. I would have taken that H2 pawn.
Okay, but now white has knight to D4, and then that knight is resting happily on D4.
Yeah, I believe you're correct about that. I don't like A3, but that just kind of softens up the knight a little bit.
So bishop
He's still going to D4 here, I guess.
Rerouting it to F6, I guess.
Yeah, you're kind of pushing the bishop where it might want to go.
Yeah, now white's knight is happy. Knight F5 is a potential idea.
That's true. Maybe just rook B6. Because the rook is already doing work hitting B2. It's okay on B6. We're stepping out of the fork, and we can leave our bishop flexible where it might go to... Oh, so he plays bishop D7. I don't like that it's potentially loose there, but it looks
well, I guess any other move would have either permitted knight C6 or would have permitted knight F5.
Well, knight F5, you can just take it.
I'm saying, like, if bishop went to B7 or something, then knight F5.
Right, that's true. I thought rook B6, but...
Oh, rook B... Okay. Rook B6.
Yeah, generally you want to defend with the weaker piece, but our rook wasn't doing much in any case.
Now queen h2 may be safe because there's no more white queen on the diagonal to h7, and if rook h1, the queen can just go right back to e5.
Yeah, I think it was always safe. He just didn't want to allow even a little bit of counterplay, I suppose. I guess he's going to bring the other rook to...
Now black's kingside pawn majority is his biggest long-term asset.
Okay, he can take an a3 too, possibly, whenever he likes.
Looks like Michael's playing for pressure on d4.
I do wonder about tricks a little bit now.
Whoa,
with, like,
queen e3.
Whoa,
Right.
okay, queen e3, but now, okay, I'm a little surprised by that. There might be some tricks maybe with e5 and bishop
Five. Whoa. Okay,
or rook e1.
Dave's
Yeah, there's a lot of
initiative here.
Okay, rook e8 was a little bit fancy too. So it's kind of a strange
turning wild and crazy very quickly.
I guess the point is the king doesn't really have anywhere good to move as far as I can see. Maybe even g5 now if you want to go super crazy. Looks fun. Okay, he just takes
Time
up
is getting low.
That frees up the
bishop c5, bishop e4.
Yeah, a few of these moves seem a little bit panicky to me. Wait.
Okay, Michael is playing for the end game, and I suppose that makes sense.
King h8 was probably not correct. And f6. But yeah, he's just needs to play quicker. Oh, he blundered. Oh no, actually this works out for black.
Is black winning now? Black looks to be winning now.
Yeah, black is up way too much. And it's also going to mate. So
okay, so
at some point,
okay. 4.5, 2.5. Okay, still a pretty close competitive match.
Yeah,
it definitely could have. Okay, new opening here. Michael switched to d4.
Oh, he did, yeah. He did have a phase where he played c4, and I think recently he has been winning d4 on occasion.
He's become proficient with e4, d4, and c4, all of the above. So, sorry, Michael, I just gave away your repertoire.
He does have a lot of openings which he can play. So if something's not working, he can switch it up and probably play at a pretty high level.
He can throw the old changeup.
This looks reasonable for black.
Yeah, I guess the question for white is how does he get his bishop on c1 into the game? Is he going to play b3, bishop b2? Or is he going to play e4, but then... Okay.
Hey, I wasn't sure about e4. I thought you should take on c5. But I guess here the tactics do work out. Maybe
e5. This
e5
is very good for white now.
I think you're right. I mean,
improving. White opened up his bishop while also blocking in black's bishop.
Oh, well developed. I don't think black should be doing so badly, but maybe knight takes followed.
Does white want to go knight e4 to avoid trading the knights and bring another piece towards the king side?
Yeah, possibly. I'm not completely sure if there's like weird tricks with knight b4 and knight c6 or okay, queen g4. I like this move a lot.
So what are
because it might induce a weakness. Bishop h6.
Okay, now that bishop f8 in reply.
Oh, he's just going to wait. Pawn takes.
He takes bishop e4, or if pawn takes, then black just has a weak pawn. Guess that's the idea.
Yeah, I didn't like knight takes e5, but he's going to threaten the queen here.
Just queen g3 or something, or queen. Okay, black has a weak pawn and he's being attacked.
Right, but he's able to complete development now.
But white must be better here.
Yeah, white is better. I wasn't sure about
trade on e6, so no more weak d5 pawn, but instead he has weak squares on the king side.
So the e5 pawn might be somewhat of a target with knight c6 coming. I don't think this is so bad for black.
What does white do? f4, f5?
I don't like bishop f4. want to do that to your bishop. Your bishop deserves better things in life. And maybe a4, I thought,
Ooh,
actually.
queen g4. So that raises the idea of h4, h5.
Yeah, actually, that makes sense. I mean, yeah, h4, h5.
Right.
Yeah, you want to play where your pieces are, and
Mhm.
actually, how do you deal with this? This actually looks extremely strong. I underestimated this idea for sure. Maybe you have to go knight e7 at some point. It looks pretty ugly, though.
Knight
White's
e7, yeah, knight 5, okay.
yeah, bishop g7 followed by knight e7.
Okay, he didn't even take time out to bother to protect e5.
Oh, but you're just losing a pawn here, maybe.
So knight e5, bishop takes,
Yeah,
bishop takes, take g6.
yeah, but this looks pretty crushing. Maybe he's planning to go h6 here. But this looks
See?
wow. He took. Okay.
H6. Well, queen g6, queen g7. Then do we have a knockout blow after that?
I guess not. Bishop g6, or is there
Oh,
something?
bishop g6. Okay, that's maybe stronger than queen g6.
Yeah, I don't see a knockout there.
Takes.
But now I think this is a really good insertion
Oh,
because
because now if
will be
queen g7 loses to queen e6.
right.
So black. Okay, so
that was a clever idea.
ooh, and
And
now
e5
loses to bishop f5.
Right.
That was synchronous.
Yeah, opposite colored bishops will favor the attacker. So middle game, it's quite a big advantage here.
Everybody seems to know that opposite colored bishops are drawn in endgames, but many people don't seem to know that opposite colored bishops are good for attacking in the middle game.
F5 here looks quite strong because of rook e8. He misses it, maybe.
What was missed?
Bishop f5.
Well, now queen h7, bishop g6 is game over.
Oh yeah, that's game over too.
Right.
Yeah, there are a lot of ways to handle this position. Yeah, bishop g6.
Is Michael contemplating rook f3 instead?
Rook f3.
Bishop g6 seems simpler for my simple brain.
Okay, I think rook f3 also wins because of queen h6 check. Maybe there was this is just over. Yeah, bishop g6. Rook f3 is coming anyway. All right, so that was a nice attack by Michael there.
So Michael's getting off to a hot start in this time control, just like he did in the first time control. So, yeah, okay, interesting.
From what I've seen in some of these matches, the higher rated players seems to do better than they expect in the shorter time controls. That's just my.
I wonder if that could be because of the cumulative wearing down of their weaker opponent. It would be interesting if the bullet portion were held first, if that pattern would still hold true.
Yeah, it would be interesting. I haven't seen it done in that way, but that could be an interesting way.
Michael has played the open defense to the Roy Lopez.
Yeah, that's quite a shocking choice. I've never seen him play that before.
In the nearly 100 games that Michael and I have played over the board, I don't remember that. He told me he played it against me once a long time ago. And I told him, your memory is better than mine.
Yeah, I guess so. This is all theory. This is like one of the...
This is called the Dilworth variation or something, where black sacks two pieces for rook and pawn on f2 and tries to get counter attack on the f file.
That is correct. I used to go for this line with white. I don't really anymore. It's a little bit too sharp, and black kind of has some fun in the short term here.
I don't know what the theoretical status is.
Black's okay. I mean, white should generally be slightly better, but black is fine if they know everything.
Okay, so after rook e8, all black's pieces are in play, whereas white's are not. Okay, I was expecting rook e8.
Yeah.
So if white can get his pieces developed, then black will just be in bad shape, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, black has to be much better here because they're not even down material. And what are white's pieces doing? Knight takes f3 is an idea.
Well, that move, okay, that he just undid his knight f1 move a couple turns ago. Yeah. I thought white might play the knight to g3 to stabilize and develop his other bishop. I don't know.
Yeah, possibly. Maybe he feared a knight takes f3.
Bishop g4 looks okay. That hangs the pawn with check. Okay, so black would like to play that when he's able to.
Knight takes f3 though, frees up the white
Yeah.
bishop. So if there's an immediate follow-up here,
Is Michael planning bishop f? Oh, okay.
Oh, d4. I
Four.
suppose that was the option. Very nice. I like that. Because we're threatening bishop to. Actually, what are we throwing? We can just take on c3, I suppose.
We will ask Michael after the match, like, what did you see when you played this move? And he will modestly say, I have no idea. I was just making random moves, and I was probably lost every game.
Well, the issue here, there would be some cool tactics with taking on b3 and rook e1, but with the idea of queen f1 mate. But taking,
but queen b3 is check, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's the sad thing. For well, sad for Michael. But yeah, Dave is now
fully developed, just about.
Yeah, bishop e5 was quite strong. It's a very useful tempo.
So Dave has neutralized Michael's pressure on the king side. Michael, I guess, has a pawn majority, which
possibly he could lose d4 though if he's not careful. Where do you move the queen? Or do you take on b3 first? Well, if you take on b3,
maybe Michael is going to answer c takes c4 with c4, but then white still has a pawn on d5. Black has an outpost on d5.
Right, but
I don't know.
I think Dave will take on e6 first, and take on d4.
I guess that would make sense.
So I think Dave is better now. I don't think Michael at least is using time here. I don't really see a good move for him. So well done by Dave for hanging in there. He found, I think, a bunch of only moves to stay in the game. So his blitz prowess is showing. Queen f5 seems reasonable.
So
yeah, you can take.
Michael's choosing the end game rather than the middle game.
Yeah, I wonder if he should take on f5 first, because then if he had to take back with the rook.
Oh, and if queen takes, then rook e1 would lose to queen e1, knight e1, rook e1, check.
Oh, very good. Yeah, queen takes would have looked to me a much better choice for that reason. Yeah, because you can't take on e4 now because there was a fork of the both rooks. Even though the bishop would have been loose. That being said,
now rook c to c2 is coming up. That
rook c2 is coming.
Irritating.
I wonder if
knight d4 for Dave. Oh, that would hang the. Actually, no, it's
advise. So how is he planning on getting rook c2? That looked to be a bit imprecise because
he has something to d2.
Right.
But if rook b2, then just rook e d2, and then rook b2 and rook a2. Black would have enough pawns that he's definitely not worse. Yeah.
Just so active.
Actually, rook d2, rook to c1, which would be checkmate.
Okay. I think Dave made a good choice here.
Factors.
Keep more pieces on.
King f1 seems necessary to. Yeah. Rook b1 was threatened.
King f1, very nice. Forcing the rook to, at least you're avoiding maybe a3 and bishop b4 will just
that stabilizes white's
right. You still have to look out
after bishop b4, then there's rook c7.
Rook c7.
White can block on e1 for now.
Right, with knight e1 if necessary. Okay, rook d1 was very passive. That was not a good move, I don't think.
True. Maybe does Michael want to trade one? I think I like trading one set of rooks for black because it kills whatever white was doing.
Right.
So this, I'm predicting a draw now, barring blunder. Does black have any winning chances? Probably not. White should be able to block black's b pawn somewhere.
Well, it's very easy to blunder a fork. Let's see what happens. I think all three results are.
All three results are possible, right? We love games like that.
Reasonable.
Ooh, then okay.
The knight is trapped.
Not going to be drawn now.
Oh my gosh.
You called it when you said blunders are happen or whatever you said. You're correct.
And, in time travel, anything is possible. That was a very.
Jeffrey does mention that there was a move that he saw. Well, he was suggesting he mentioned an opening move on move 10. There was knight bd2 was played, I believe, and then he was saying queen e2 avoids a lot of theory. So that's something that he pointed out in the chat.
Queen e2 rook e1 lines. Actually,
I don't get answers, but I trust Jeffrey's opening
Yeah,
knowledge.
yeah. I trust Jeffrey's opening knowledge as well.
Ideas with Queen E2 and Rook E1 were very popular in the early 2000s. Why it went out of fashion, I'm not completely sure. I think black has been shown to be okay, but it's very easy to play for white, and they're not risking anything there, from what I remember. The idea of like you're playing for C4, and you're always pretty much getting that move. So yeah, I do like that line a lot for white if it's the same one I'm thinking of. Yeah, there aren't too many people playing the open Roy Lopez these days.
Could be because there's so many other good defenses to the Roy Lopez. Like, who needs to play the open defense?
That's true. It's very highly theoretical, and yeah, white has a lot of slightly dangerous options there, but it's a completely sound opening.
94 and like kingside looks good for white.
Oh wow!
I didn't even consider that move.
Well, yeah, why not? Because you have to play king g6.
If bishop h7 didn't work, you had 94. Yeah, I don't know what Dave did wrong, but somehow the bishop on c5 should have been on e7 somehow.
Yeah, I mean, he did push this queen side very quickly, and he did that. So
looking back, should Dave have taken c takes d4 at some point rather than allow Michael to play dc5, because dislodging the bishop from e7 is what led to all of this.
Right, I completely agree. That being said, we still need to find a knockout here. I think f5 is absolutely the right try. Yeah, if you play queen g3, knight h5, I don't really see how you proceed here. Black might be okay. I don't see
knight h5. Is there queen e5 threatening the bishop and also threatening queen e4? Oh, now there's queen b3 after that move.
Yeah, actually, this is just winning now. Yeah, that was a big miss.
Actually, wait, king h5. Then we mate by.
Oh, you had to go king h5, right? Or was there? Yeah, this is a double check and you just win. Yeah, king h5 was the only chance.
I wonder if white had like g4 somehow after king h5 to.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe he could even run forward. I don't know. That would have been very interesting.
Fast enough to see that one.
I wasn't completely convinced
with another bishop f4 Taimanov.
Position.
I guess Dave did get a pretty good position in the most recent game. This line.
Okay. Yeah, I do wonder if this is all theory.
Deviates with bishop e3 rather than cd6 in this game.
Yeah,
you don't know if this is theory.
Actually, in the last game, I thought Michael Michael actually got a good position.
Yeah, this looks fantastic for black.
Yeah, this hasn't been working out for Dave in the 3 games, I think.
White's knight on b3 stands in the way of pushing the queenside pawn, which he would like to do.
This is a very honky looking setup, and that being said, e5.
Can Dave go knight a5 to bother Michael with threats of forking on c6?
Oh, wait, is there actually knight d4 here?
Knight d4.
Now knight
d4.
d5 right? And takes on e7.
With the bishop hanging on e6, so knight d4 now.
Yeah, knight d4 now looks good. Okay, maybe that was. The threat's not going away immediately. But yeah, maybe now he has f7 or something, right? Okay. It could be that there was some compensation in the position. So yeah, you have to move the queen here, I believe, unless, yeah, I don't think rook b3 works. There's too many hanging pieces.
Rook b3, okay, I didn't even notice that move was possible.
I don't think that works. But actually, what move do you
Michael
have
is
here?
probably looking at it. Okay, queen d7 is the move I was guessing. If I were to guess the move.
Yeah, I don't think c6 leads to anything. I think you can just take it. Yeah, I guess Black is doing okay. I guess c6 now is an idea. Also, queen e4 is
knight f4.
Knight f4 looks reasonable.
And then that opens up the d5 for the bishop.
Right, like knight f4, queen e. Like if you play queen e4, you can just play. Actually, queen e4, you have bishop g6. Right. Or maybe not because of bishop c4, but you have options here with black. Okay, c6.
C6. Okay, well, as long as black. Actually, let's see. C7. I guess White's C pawn could win the exchange if C7, Rook C8, Bishop A6, but then Black's unopposed light squared bishop would then wreak havoc on White's king.
Yeah. That
Okay,
is
Michael
possible.
does Queen C8 to avoid Bishop A6.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, if C7, Black's rook has almost no squares.
Yeah, you don't really have a. Maybe you have to go Rook B7 here and try to give up the exchange anyway. But yeah, this is not ideal. Bishop D5 is still coming into position though, so it looks like a big mess.
Okay, Bishop A6, Bishop D5, I guess, and then if Bishop
Right.
B7, Queen B7, Black's actually probably better there.
Yeah,
D2,
here.
oh.
Here I have no idea what's going on. I do like Black though in a way because the knight on F4 just feels
I'm
very.
gonna say that Black's gonna win with some attack on G2, H4, F3, all those squares around White's king. Something's gonna give.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if he should actually even take on B7. I don't think the rook was going anywhere, but okay, we'll see. White and Blitz is very nice to have the initiative.
The time is close to equal in this game. Dave, has been the faster player throughout most of the match.
So if I were Black, I would like to bring my pieces in somehow. Maybe Bishop D6. Okay, so he just takes
like
material.
Knight G2, then Black can recycle the knight. I learned that word from Mr. Rubinchik. Recycle the knight to either H4, F3, or F4, H3.
Maybe Knight D4 is an idea. Oh, he doesn't go for it. Yeah, what is the rook actually? Okay, it's protecting against Knight E2. It looks a little bit slow. Oh, does he have Knight D4 now? Because the knight would be
Bishop. Okay, I like Bishop C5. So yeah, okay. Ooh, yes.
Okay, this is F5 followed by Rook G6 is coming now, and this is looking very dangerous. So he plays King F1 preemptively. Get out of Rook G6 pins.
Ooh, I can see a possible tactic for White of Queen B3, Queen B7, and C8.
Oh, very nice. Because there is, he'll be able to take back with the rook. Let's see, in that case.
It looks checkmate.
I think this is, you're winning a ton of material here.
Well, I mean, Rook B3 is necessary to avoid checkmate, but that will win.
Yeah, there isn't any good way of...
King E1, there's the fork Knight G2.
Yeah, so you take with the bishop here, and then you win the queen. If he sees it with Knight G2. Oh, he misses it, or is he going? He missed it.
I guess Michael missed it. Because Michael misses things occasionally.
I guess so. Yeah, now White's pawn is quite strong.
Well, I guess the threat is queen to D8.
Yeah, I mean, I think White might even be winning.
Knight E6, I guess.
Knight E6, so Knight E6 saves everything, but it's still a little bit tricky there. And maybe I don't think you want to play Queen E6 check. There'll be safety on A3.
Michael was playing Bughouse last night. He's probably asking his partner for more pieces right now.
More pieces. Yeah, that would be nice. Maybe Knight E6, because you're also threatening Knight D4 sometimes. And Knight E6 covers Queen D8. Yeah, so I think he plays like Queen E7. Oh, but then there's Knight C5 check. Oh, so Black, maybe Michael has... Let's save this.
There's still Queen C4 threatening Queen E6 and C8.
Yeah, I think that's your best try. Queen C4 is an excellent try. Maybe King F7 here. Oh, but then there's Rook C6.
Actually, it doesn't work because Queen takes back.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, man. And we have 50 seconds left of the second time control, so one more game is in order.
Dave, you didn't see it. I didn't see it either, so it's okay.
Yeah, it's a very unfortunate trick. That was a nice little comeback there, which just barely...
Okay, so this time Dave goes H5 rather than H6. So we get what is, I think, a more usual variation.
Yeah, the funny thing is I've played this line a few times, so I wonder if this was influenced by my play somehow.
Where did they depart? Is this still theory right now?
No, I don't usually they take back on c5 at some moment.
Is bishop g5 theory? I know up to e6 is for sure theory.
Bishop g5
Yeah,
is
I don't know.
theory. I think there's some sharp lines with queen b6. So if you want to avoid those,
Knight b5 to d6, is that kind of irritating for black? I guess.
yeah, I think you're just
Because
winning.
he can't castle kingside with the pawn on h5, and if he castles queenside, then f7 falls and black.
And even though h5 is a good line, you kind of want to play the positions you're used to. And if Dave is used to playing lines with h6, he probably should continue playing those.
I wonder if bishop 11 bishop takes g5. Could that have been an error because opening the rook gave white extra possibilities?
Yeah, very possibly. They don't usually.
Knight d6 is crushing now, I think, right?
Yeah.
Okay, it was, but Michael's even greedier.
Mm-hmm. Well, at least it looks very nice. I wouldn't say necessarily. Well, I guess you're going to win.
Okay, I thought Dave might sack on b4 there.
Yeah, that would have been an interesting practical try. I think you get 3 pawns.
Now Michael might not even want to take b7. He might rather try to bring his queen to f4. And then if black goes knight f5, then there's g4.
Oh, that was a very nice
undefended rook on h8.
I mean, sometimes you just see a pawn, you take it. But yeah, that was a very direct and a very strong way that you suggested, Peter, I think. So you want to go g4 now. This also looks very good. Yeah.
Yeah, I figured that open h file was going to enter into play at some point.
Yeah, the rooks aren't coordinated for black. That being said.
Yeah, Jeffrey is saying in the chat that maybe on move 11, a6, and then knight g8 to h6 to f5 was better for black, question mark. So I don't know.
Wait, you're saying, go back and look. Say that again, on move 11, a6 for black?
Yeah, and then reroute the knight from like that's on g8 to h6 and f5, and that's the end of that one.
Okay. That would have... Oh, that was the last game. Okay.
Okay. So yeah, Michael went on a pretty big run there.
Did you say they're waiving their break? Or they're taking their break?
They are declining the break, so they're going to be starting the 1+1 shortly.
Okay.
Yep, it has started.
Yeah, it's already started. So Michael's bullet rating is a bit higher than I would have expected, to be honest. But so
Michael has played bullet on chess.com recently, and he told me that he had not played bullet for a while. So
okay, maybe in anticipation for these matches.
Yeah. Sounds like a post-game interview question.
Yeah, I'm not sure how much bullet he plays. I'm sure he has a lot of important things to do, being a senior now, senior in college.
Wait, C6 and C7 was just missed there.
Yeah, C6 would have just won the game instantly because C7 would have won the queen, or yeah, this would have won. It would have won a full piece. C6.
I have no place to ridicule others for missing stuff in bullet.
It's not 1-0, it's 1-1, so flagging will be a bit less of an issue for sure.
I'm sure that time pressure nonsense still will come heavily into play at some point.
Absolutely. But winning on the clock a little bit less. That being said,
this is 15 minutes, right? And Michael's up by 7.
Yep.
So Michael could lose every game, but just stall every game.
Or he just hung a knight for free.
And still win the match. Or at least that could be his game plan.
Yeah, most likely if he wanted to. Yeah.
He could stall it out. I don't think Michael will.
Michael's an honest guy.
He is a nice guy. All right, so yeah, these bishops are pretty strong. It's bishop e3 though, and a piece is still a piece. Just play an improving move. Queen e4 is reasonable.
Don't take a draw by repetition when you're up a piece.
E4, I guess he wanted to hold on to his pawn. Seems fine. I guess he could have maybe tried to win it back. This is a little bit awkward for white still. Rook e2. That's a great move. Or is it? Yeah, it is, because if he takes, actually Black would have ended up ahead there.
Queen
Okay, so
A5 to C5. Queen
yeah,
A5 hits D2 as well.
you might end up losing D3 though. Oh, is there Queen A8 now? Okay, you have to go back to E8. Yeah, you're still tied down to this D3 pawn. You don't want to lose that pawn. Now he wants to go D2. I guess he's going
Queen
to
is
lose the.
coming to H3.
Oh, I guess that was missed. Oh my gosh, it's just over. Oh no, it's defend. Oh, it's over both ways. Okay, just hitting F1 as well.
Oof, man.
Very,
Too
very good.
fast. We can't keep up.
Very good board vision there. I mean,
Oh, I think I just detected a
no.
mouse slip on move 1.
Yeah, 1D3 was probably really not in his repertoire.
I remember Kasparov playing 1D3 once against Deep Blue in like 96 or 97.
Oh, wow.
But
Impressive memory there.
I doubt that was a mouse slip though in that case.
Oh, man. Yeah, I will say, like, one thing that I'm thinking about as I'm watching this is just like, okay, how are they going to stack up against the winner of this match, which looks to be Michael in this case? Like, how is he stacking up against Justin? Because Justin Lee from UPenn is going to be his next opponent,
How they
Okay.
played this one?
most likely. So, well, if he
I
wins
guess
this match, which is most likely. So,
I remember Michael played Justin last year. I think Justin knocked Michael out if my memory's correct.
yes,
And
it should have been 10-6 or 11-6.
Justin is the stronger player in tournament chess, but I don't know.
Yeah,
I guess.
but so
you
far I've
never know.
been really loving Michael's play here. So,
Did Justin have a closer than expected match in his most recent match?
definitely,
I think I heard.
definitely, yeah. I would.
So this
I don't think
G4
anyone was expecting that match to be that close.
By the way, Dave is having a very nice game here.
Dave looks like he's winning this game.
Yeah. So keeping the.
Mm.
Oh, there's H2
Michael wants
now.
to be close, but H2, yeah.
Bravo. That was a nice game by Dave. I think that was his best win of the match, by the way. Very nice.
Wow.
So a 7-point lead is probably a little bit too much to overcome with probably around 10 minutes left, but. Oh, this
Okay,
is a
now we
sharp play.
see the Archangel. I think that's the first time in this match that we've seen that one.
And Michael used to play this on occasion.
He still does,
This is
right?
a very theoretical line. I think you and actually Peter and Michael, I think, have had this a few times.
Yeah, you've had it with Michael too, I think.
Yeah, similar. Like I don't usually play the lines with both H3 and Bishop E3 and A4, A5, but yeah, we've had similar positions before.
I'm confused on why the E4 pawn couldn't be taken. Oh wait, yeah, before knight D2.
At what move, Nate?
Oh, maybe it was like a move like 13 or before that, before Rook A8. So like move 12. Like I'm it's
Bishop D5, forking the 2 knights.
okay.
Yeah, it's a nice trick that they have in these positions. Occasionally, it's still playable anyway, but oh, he hung the rook.
Oh no.
Oh, but white hung checkmate. Wow.
So, yeah, in Bullet, it's hard to keep many things in your mind at once. So blunders like that will happen. So Dave has played this Slav a lot. Usually they don't play C5 so soon, from what I remember, but
playing this semi-Slav.
I don't know. It looks like very risky to play with black, but if he gets the move, like if he's able to finish his development, right, with Bishop B7, Knight C6, then it looks reasonable.
I wonder, is black castling too early? I thought there's some positions in semi-Slav where black does all his queenside stuff with C5 and leaves his king in the center. It's like if black
can do that too.
If black had not castled, then he wouldn't be getting ferociously attacked like this.
That is true. That may be an alternate way of playing it. Yeah, H4, H5. I like this plan a whole lot. Yeah, you just go for it. E5 might fall. Do you take on G6 here? Why not? It's blitz. Bullet, I mean. I would go for it.
Well, would you say it's a good move objectively if it weren't bullet?
I don't know. Rookie one is probably objectively better.
But Michael's trying to play
Bishop
objectively.
e5. Oh,
Okay.
tips with the rook.
Ooh.
Oh, this is
Ooh.
interesting.
I
F6.
sound like a cow. I'm sorry.
This is holding for black. I wasn't sure. Maybe you should have taken with
Well,
the
wait.
other.
Well, F6, Bishop G6.
Okay. Can we play King F8? King. Okay, so Rook G. Yeah, actually, that's a pretty strong move. There isn't any amazing discovery, I don't think. Yeah, and Rook G7 is coming. So I think White has let this slip. Michael's let this slip a little bit. Very nice defense there with Rook E7 by Dave, and I think he's actually gonna win this one as well. You have to be a little
Rook
bit
H3 is coming. Oh, Queen C4. Okay, it's good.
Queen C4,
Rook
Queen
D8.
F4.
Okay. After Rook D8, I guess black is winning for sure.
Oh yeah. But
That move works as well.
That was actually very nice. Good job. Yeah, he has a nice time edge too, so he's been playing fast and well.
All right.
So yeah, this is another point for Dave.
Yep,
So
6.5 minutes left of this time control.
So it seems like the bullet at least has been fairly even. So good job by Dave. He's had a few nice wins.
What was the score at the end of phase 2, Nate? I forgot.
It was 7-point lead, I think. I think it was like 9.
I think it was 9.5, 2.5.
Yeah,
I think.
Okay, so it's 2-2 in bullet then, with black winning
Yeah.
every game.
I didn't notice that.
Oh, overall in the match, I think black definitely has a plus score. Is that a thing? Does black usually have a plus score in bullet because white can lose on time first?
I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think that's super common.
I think depending on the event, sometimes white's clock can start automatically, or it might start on the first move. I'm not sure how that works.
This one for the direct
don't
challenges, it starts after the first move.
After the first move, okay.
Yeah, isn't that how the default, how it usually is on chess.com or on any site for that matter?
If you're playing in the pool on chess.com, it will actually start automatically, but direct challenges, I believe, are different. So that's when the clock starts after the first move.
I play so infrequently, I don't know this stuff.
It seems like Dave should get another point here. But there are some tricks.
Good.
I don't know about Eddie too, though. So now the only thing I think you're worried about is the mate on G2. But I think
Michael
this should
also go after F2.
Okay, yeah, you can give. Oh, yeah, you can.
Rook F1. Does that just cover that?
Okay, Bishop C5 is.
Ooh, Rook B2. That's a cute little trick.
Wow.
Oh wow, that's beautiful. Because if you take the Rook, you have Queen F3, and Queen G2 is unstoppable.
But yeah, I wouldn't expect it. It should actually work.
Yeah, it's a little bit annoying to try to defend this, of course. Oh, that was kind of a clever idea.
Oh wait, Rook D2 and Queen F3 now.
Yeah, but
the bishop. Okay, the bishop is on G4.
Right now, this looks like just the Rook. Although this should burn some match time. Yeah, you'll just collect the pawns. And Dave will score another point. So he's gaining a few points here in the bullet.
Yeah, first win for white in the bullet.
Yeah, I think that's.
Dave is eking all of Michael's chess.com bullet points. How much does it cost? How much can one buy those to regain those points? How much does it cost? Does chess.com not sell rating points?
Not yet.
Not yet?
Not sure if that's in the playbook.
So they've had this position a few times. I really do like this for white because of the attacking potential on.
Interesting. Okay, black can take white's attacking bishop, but then it would just be replaced by an attacking rook.
Yeah, this reminds me a little bit of some of the Queen's Gambit accepted positions that I've looked at, but for some reason, like white seems a little bit more developed than usual. Here, I think black is kind of okay though.
Really? I was going to say white's attack looks kind of dangerous.
It does look a little bit dangerous. Yeah, queen h3, maybe h5. Okay, now you have to watch out for mate.
Knight C to E4. Okay, that move.
And I see for h5 and h4, but I think you can just ignore it. Yeah, knight f6 is yeah. There's too many holes around the king here. Yeah, like knight f6 is coming, and yeah. Yeah, h5 was probably asking a little bit too much out of black's position. Okay,
This was
interesting.
a classical Sicilian by a different move order.
Yeah, I don't recall Michael playing this before, but he remembered to play knight g4 and bishop e3.
Guess
And he has
Michael did reverse moves 4 and 5, so Dave could have played C4 move 5, I think, to get a Roxy. If
yeah, he could have, yeah.
cared about that.
That being said, I think white knight a4 and b3, maybe looking for c4. We've seen that a few times in the match. Yeah, both sides are getting developed. Seems reasonable play.
Yeah, a minute and a half left, so this could be the last one if
either this one or one more, huh?
Yeah, I think white is doing fine here, of course. Okay. Actually, that's quite awkward to me. Do you have him? Okay, c5, I guess maybe was forced.
C5.
Forced, but not a bad move at all.
White looks like he's doing okay in this game.
Yeah, definitely. He might be down a pawn, but I think you'll collect it with.
White's probably better in this game, but it's going to take a lot of time to grind out the win, so that this could very well be the last game.
Well, Michael's up a pawn, so it's not so simple. Maybe e6 here. Wow, g4 is really, really ambitious. That being said, it's going to be a bit tricky. The pawn strong or weak? So f6 is met by queen c4 check, so we don't have that. So maybe we move like king to, I'm not sure. That stops e6 and prepares queen d4. Now Michael is up a pawn, so Michael's probably better now. Okay, so you could take and then maybe go queen d4. Okay, goes queen d4 immediately.
Okay, time control is officially over. So this is the last game.
Okay. Yeah. I think e7 you have f6 here and king f7.
Okay, black's gonna. I was about to say this is gonna peter out, but I guess it's not gonna peter out. I've said that line one time, I think, in every match I've commented on.
I think black is a shade better here.
Well, now it is going to peter out.
Yeah, it should peter out now. And we may have a draw, maybe.
They've had one draw in the entire match, I think, and that was game one of the match. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm. I thought maybe there was going to be a repetition. Well, king h6 is a bit awkward. Okay. But it's fine. Now they can trade pawns if they wish. Yeah, this will be difficult to lose. Maybe there was a chance with h6 and for black when the king was forward. That would be funny if maybe black had a win there for one move. I'm not quite sure. But yeah, now this is just a draw. Regardless of the loss of the pawn. Well, that's an unfortunate way to end.
I was just about to say maybe the game will never end. going to hop with his hopper.
Alrighty, so we are going to get the. Oh, let me see. So we're gonna get
Nate,
the stream set up.
you messaged me the
Oh,
link. I don't know if you
oh,
messaged them.
yeah. So we're gonna move to the waiting screen and then get set up for the players to join us. We have both players with us. So for the viewers watching, Michael Romero is above me and Dave is to the left of me. That was a really entertaining match. And just so we make sure we're pronouncing your name right, it's pronounced Dave, right? Right?
Yeah, Dave is better, but anything is all right.
Oh, you said Dave is better, but anything's okay.
Easy to please.
Okay. All right. But yeah, I guess I'll turn it to you, Matt and Peter first. Like, do you guys have any initial questions for Mike and Dave?
All right.
Did the openings go as you guys expected them to go?
This bishop f4 d6 c4 line. So it's like interesting. I haven't faced it too often. I just played rook b8, and then obviously in the first game, I got a free piece pretty early. So I was like, I'm just gonna keep playing this exact same line the whole time. Yeah, I don't know.
You didn't think that he was going to continue giving a free piece every game, did you?
No. But I was like, well, okay, the line worked. Might as well keep trying it. So
okay.
I don't know.
I have a question for Dave regarding the Slavic that you played. It was very ambitious. Is this the way that you usually play? Just a quick a6, take c4, b5, and c5? Or,
I think it is. For me, basically every opening was a surprise. So in that line, I expected Michael to go bishop g5 before e3, and then I was going to play the Cambridge Springs. But he just surprised me, so I hadn't really prepared that at all. But I think there was, in the 2008 World Championship, there were some Moran games that I was trying to emulate between Kramnik and Anand. But I hadn't checked this before the match.
Okay. I think in those games, as I think Peter mentioned in the commentary too, I think Black may delay castling. I'm not sure. I'm not really much of a Slav player.
I think the 2008 World Championship game that Dave mentions is where was it Anand recaptured? There's like some knight f6, gf6, and like Black went rook g8 and attacked like White on g2 with all his pieces somehow.
Yeah.
One of those things.
Yeah, that was a fun match.
Thank you.
But yeah.
Wait, did you mean that the 2008 World Championship was a fun match?
Well, both matches.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, definitely from my perspective, it definitely seemed like overall, Michael, you kept having like you were the one winning out of the opening the majority of the games. So I definitely think that's a testament to how you're playing early on, and it was really exciting to see like Dave in like the last half of the 5+1 portion, and then throughout the rest of the match, really be fighting like really well in the middle game and the end game. There are some like really tense matches there. I guess would you agree that you got the opening advantage for the vast majority of the games, or was it more balanced than I'm making it out?
Maybe for the majority, yeah. I know there were some games I had a bad position, especially those games where it was a Sicilian, I think, and there was like some bishop before queen e4 thing. It was that kind of line, and I had a lot of trouble over there. But yeah, I don't know. I think in general with the white pieces, yeah, I definitely had better positions from the opening. With the black pieces, I thought it was more balanced, but I don't know. That's my thought.
Yeah.
I thought Dave had a few really nice attacks. So especially in the 1 minute, he had a few nice attacks and a few nice wins towards the very end, which was a good way to finish. I think just in the in the 3 minute, it kind of just went Michael's way for a series of games.
Say
Otherwise, it
the-
was a very close match.
I was going to say the first segment was pretty close, and the third segment was also pretty close, but it was the second segment that Michael won like every game.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Dave, you played really well. I mean, in that bullet portion, I was like, man, I'm like losing games, game after game. I was like, oh no. So I don't know. I got a little lucky, I guess. Maybe.
I think you really played exceptionally. I mean, I was basically surprised every game, and I think just as like in that 8-6 Karo Khan in the first game, you managed to trap my queen, and that game I probably was more prepared because I'd always played H5. So I think if you were probably expecting more H5 than H6, and that was just incredible trapping the queen like that.
No, I mean, usually people play H5, so that's what I was expecting. I was just gonna play like the usual Bishop G5, Knight D2, C4, all the regular moves. But we did get it one game, but other than that, it was unique. So that was cool. Hadn't seen this line really.
It's weird that you had only one draw in the entire match, and it was in the very first game.
You just don't like drawing. Yeah, it's funny. I don't know. The last game should have been a draw, but I guess we were both just mentally out of it, and we were just playing moves.
I made a joke on the stream just before the end. I said, Dave is stealing all of Michael's bullet points. Like, how much does chess.com charge to sell bullet rating points, or any rating points for that matter?
I don't know, man. Yeah, it's true.
I am curious, Dave. Like, what's the secret to getting so good? Because you, as of like May of 2024, after like 19 USCF rated games, you're like rated like 900, and then now your tournament history, you're just going skyrocketed. You're skyrocketing, and your online ratings are so high. Like, what's the secret? Like, how are you so good?
I think I just played a lot of online during the pandemic,
Okay.
but I think I have to work a lot on my over the board because like I went to the UCT and I didn't really do as well as I hoped.
Hmm.
So I think I need to become more comfortable, especially with the very long games. I think like 30 minutes or 40 minutes is perfect, but when it gets very long, I don't think as much as I should.
Oh, yeah.
I guess if you play a lot of Blitz and Bullet online, then you get into the habit of moving like impulsively, and that could hurt your play in slower games. So I guess it's like a different mode that you have to have.
Yeah.
Because your opponent is a national master and former state champion. So if you didn't know that already.
Thank you. You flatter me.
Well done. You gave him a very tough fight, so it's very impressive.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Good match.
Yeah, I will say, Michael, do you know who your next opponent will be?
Is it Justin Lee?
Yes. Yes. So, can you give us any of your initial thoughts on now being paired with him for a second time? I think second semifinals match. So,
Right. Well, last time he beat me pretty good. So I'm like, ooh, I mean, I think I'm going to try and just review some of the games I played with him last time and see where I went wrong, and maybe just try and consciously be aware of those things. And we'll see. I mean, it's cool being able to play such a strong player anyway. So I'm looking forward to the match regardless of the outcome.
yeah.
Do you know when that match is going to take place, or has that not been scheduled yet?
No, well, considering Justin's opponent was not decided until just now,
Okay.
definitely not scheduled. Definitely not scheduled yet.
Like, I don't know if you had a contract with the television network that the match has to be at a certain day and time.
Nope. Oh man. Well, Dave, Matt and Pete, do you guys have any other questions for them? We can leave it here and let the players get back to, I guess, enjoying spring break, or coming back from spring break for you guys, or just started.
The latter, coming back.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, one of the other matches I did, I made a joke that they had to leave to go back to doing their homework. But if it's spring break, then I can't use that line, or maybe I can.
Oh, I will say, Michael, Jeffrey Connell was saying in the chat he has some lines for you that you could try against Justin.
Wow. Okay, I appreciate
If
it.
you could have a second, if you could have a second, maybe that will help.
I can't pay him, but we can see. We'll go from there.
Okay. Well, thank you guys so much for playing. We'll end the stream here. So yeah, thank you guys so much.
Thank
Thank
you so
you.
much.
Appreciate it.
Yep.
Good match and be
Fun.
well.
It was fun.